Hello, welcome back to Lollipop Games. Kyo ishou ni Katawa Shoujo ni shimashou ka. Hi, let's do it. Again, already played this episode before, but have to redo it because of audio issues. So I already know what's going to happen. I've kind of forgotten because it was a little while ago. It was a couple of weeks. So hopefully it will still be relatively new and interesting. Anyway. We've just woken up, and the sound of an alarm pulls me out of a fitful slumber and into the unpleasant state of wakefulness. I know them feels, hate it. I linger under the blanket for a few minutes, gathering energy to rise up while making excuses as to why I don't have any excuses for the reason why I can't fucking read anything. It's a lot of reading, okay? I'm getting all blah, blah. I think I might need glasses, actually. Unfortunately, honestly, I'm just making my own words up now. Honestly, though, I wouldn't mind staying here all day. School is surprisingly exhausting after a long pause, and the culture shock still has not faded, I think. Still, despite getting an impression that skipping class is easy here, I don't think they're gonna let me get away that easily. And the nurse is bound to keep breathing down my neck with the talk of exercising as well. So eventually I do rise up, swallow the morning medications, and put on my old soccer clothing. Thanks to my condition, I was exempted from taking part in gym classes at Yamaku, but I didn't get issued with a gym outfit. But if you're supposed to be exercising, why don't you do gym class? Then you can do two things at once. Class, credits, and working out. I'd order some to cover such a contingency, but wearing my old soccer clothes is kind of nostalgic. I can't use them for that anymore, so maybe they can get a new life this way. A bit like me. Seems a bit stupid to me, really. Seems stupid to me, too. Just wear them because they're practical. You don't have to give your clothing some sort of symbolic metaphor. It's just clothes. But I suppose this way, at least, I can tell the nurse honestly that I'm doing something about my health. Not that I was ever much of a runner to begin with, but it can't hurt to try, I guess. He's way too upbeat in this episode. I need to bring him down a notch. I guess I can do that. That's better. That's the Haseo I know and love. I'm surprised to discover that I'm not the only person present at the track. The spy. It's not just that, but it's a face I've seen before as well. The prosthetic-legged girl who bowled me over in the hallway yesterday and almost killed me is running on the track lithely, like a half-mechanical gazelle. That's what I was thinking as well. Okay, she's good at running, but how much of it is her ability and, these specially designed aerodynamic, springy legs of hers? You know what I mean? What was her name again? It was a short one, but I can't remember. Emmy. She seems to be running laps at a somewhat easy lope, her prosthetic legs clacking rhythmically on the hard track surface. I wonder what reason she has for running this early in the morning. Maybe it's something akin to mine, and the nurse is oppressing the poor girl to jog just like he's oppressing me. No, she's just into it. I certainly wouldn't be here if it weren't for my health and his prompting me to do so. And even with things being like they are, it's only because I wanted to get out of the way early. The fact that I would be less likely to encounter someone who would witness my painful attempts to get in shape was merely a happy accident. One that Emmy's just fucked up by being here. I'd leave, but it seems that my former assailant noticed me on their last lap. She gives me a cheeky wave and jogs over. Oh, good morning! Your name was Haseo, right? She grins, seemingly pleased that she'd remembered my name. That's not my name. Jokes it is. Ha ha ha. Oh, you may not remember me. Emmy, I knocked you over in the hall yesterday. It may still be somewhat fresh in my memory and heart. I could never forget such a blatant introduction. Emmy has the decency to look vaguely apologetic for a moment before giggling. Yeah, sorry about that. Again. Well, so as long as you don't make a habit out of it, I suppose it's fine. Great! I'm not sure she realized I was joking. So the spy consultant the nurse was talking about, is that actually you? That's right. Oh, that's weird. Fucking tattletale. I was expecting someone from the nursing staff, to be honest. What? Are you saying I don't look like I could be a spy? No, this is more a relief, actually. I was afraid he'd have someone to watch my every move. Unless you were here to do exactly that. No, I'm here for my own reasons. The nurse just asked me if I'd seen a messy-haired transfer student who looks like he's kind of lost around the track. So why are you down here, then? Emmy strikes a dramatic pose. Training! That's her dramatic pose. Training! For what? Track. Oh, I see. You're on the track team, then? No, I just practice. Of course I am, dumb hoe. Emmy nods enthusiastically. Yep, I'm one of the better runners, too. And modest as well. Hey, you should join up. It's good exercise, you know. I think that much activity is probably out of the question for me. I'm not sure that I really like running all that much. Plus, I'm just not into organized sports, you know? It's true. I never ever really got into soccer, really, ever. I mean, I'd run around with my friends and all, but that was the only real reason I ever played. It wasn't for the glory to be found on the field, that's for sure. Emmy seems to understand my meaning. I see. Not that into the whole organization thing. But now that you're here, I guess we'll go for a run together then, huh? What? Sure, I guess. Emmy seems pleased. Are you gonna warm up? Real men don't warm up. Oh no, you should always warm up. Bad Hisao. She scolds me enthusiastically and then smiles and leans closer. I hate warming up too. She laughs suddenly. Heck, and I don't even have to stretch my legs. Bounce, bounce, see the bouncy. She's clearly more aerodynamic than we would be. She's got more lift, spring, thrust. As if to confirm her statement, she bounces up and down a couple of times, giving a passing impression of standing on a pair of springs. Her leg blades seem to be quite elastic. Maybe we should choose her to go out with then. Let's go! We both take off around the track, and I can immediately see that she wasn't lying about being a good runner. Emmy moves fluidly, throwing herself into the run with a sort of wild abandon. I find myself concentrating more on running properly. Frankly, I don't remember if there was any particular form for running, but I can't help but I feel like I'm doing it wrong somehow. Sorry, I'm just checking stuff. I feel awkward in comparison to Emmy, who never seems to break stride. I don't think I want to do this anymore. I'm really not feeling up to more than a couple of laps today, and slow to a walk pretty quickly. Hello? Oh, Emmy keeps running, and doesn't seem to notice I've stopped until she passes me for a second time. She quickly skids to a halt, breathing steadily in contrast to my somewhat gasping demeanor. Finished already? I hang my head ruefully. Yeah. I'm not in very good shape right now. Emmy nods and then grins at me again. She seems to do a lot of smiling. Well, the important thing is you started, right? I feel like she's just gonna have to be like Misha's sister or something, because they kind of sound the same. But, oh well. Next time you just have to hold out for a little longer, and then longer, and then longer. Eventually, you'll be great. I'll keep that in mind. But I think right now, I'm just gonna go die before getting ready for class. Thanks for the run. Oh, you should get ready too, right? Emmy shrugs unconcernedly. Nah, I got plenty of time. I notice that she's not wearing a watch. Are you sure? Another careless shrug. Not really, but I've got to finish my routine. See you later, Hisao. Maybe she's got OCD as well as the leg issue thing. Yeah, see ya. Apart from feeling more tired than before, I don't think I accomplished anything today. I'm so out of shape, it's embarrassing. The whole thing might have been a waste of time. I'll find some other way. You've only gone once. You think you're gonna be frickin' Michael Jordan after going once? No, mate. I head back to the dorms to wash and change into my uniform, trying to resist the urge to take a really long and hot shower. I'm tired from all the running, so I just want to unwind, but I don't want to break my slowly building routine of getting to school before the morning rush. He overthinks way too much. After taking a long shower anyway, and then just does the thing he doesn't want to do anyway, I dry myself off and get out of the stall to put on my clothes. Out of nowhere, a shadow appears within the mist, looming and radiating malicious intent. It bursts through the fog. Kenji. Stop! Not me. That's for sure. What are you doing here? What the hell? You scared me. What's your problem? I should be asking you that. I've been looking for you all over the place, man. What do you mean, all over the place? I want to ask if he's been looking for me like that, stark naked, but hold my tongue back. Why would you just assume he's been looking for you naked just because he is naked now? Because he's in the bathroom. Doesn't make sense. I finally realize I'm still naked too, and quickly hold up my shirt in front of me, but Kenji doesn't seem to notice a thing. His glasses are fogged up. Oh yeah, right, he can't see anyway. Why doesn't he wipe them off? Is his vision so bad it's like he's perpetually seeing through fog? You know your room and... yeah, that's about it. Hey, I mean, I still had to get up though. Whatever, it's not important. Can I borrow some money? He puts on an innocent face and looks away, trying very hard to look very casual. It doesn't work. He's as transparent as his window pane-sized glasses. Talking neutrally like this, wearing nothing, feels awkward. Not gonna lie. A little awkward. Actually, somehow it's even more awkward to be naked in front of someone when they can't see me being naked, to say nothing of the fact that he's naked as well. I tried to brush the feeling off, but with little success. Money? Sure. Awesome! Man, I wish it was that easy to borrow money off my roommates. Wait, why do you need it? Should have probably asked that first before agreeing, but... can't you just give it to me because I had the goodwill not to run through your pockets while you were in the shower? I could have, but I exercised restraint, and in the end, isn't it the thought that counts? Come on, be a pal! This makes no sense. If it's the thought that counts, I should withhold payment, since his thoughts were clearly impure and his intentions are probably even more sinister, since he can't tell me what they are. I say as much to him. I'm offended, man. But if that's your game, then fine. I guess I have no choice. I want to order pizza. And I already have most of the cost of the pizza. I need your help for the rest. I get some of the pizza too then, right? No. Are you serious? Yeah, I would give you some, but I don't want to. And you have class. You don't have time to eat pizza. What about you? I'm not going to class. I have to wait for the pizza and pay the guy. And then eat it. It's not easy. You have to obtain the pizza stealthily. If you don't, everyone will see you and the pizza. And then they'll ask for a slice. I hate when that happens. I do too. It's a hard world out there. Everyone wants a piece. Then you're left pizzaless in an unforgiving world. It's happened before, man. That's how I know. Every day I plan my vengeance so that when the people who wronged me order a pizza, I'll be there. Ever vigilant. Even though I can't see anything. Kenji strikes a dramatic pose. Completely without irony. But yeah, I only need like 400 yen. Please, you're my only hope. Can't go outside and buy my own pizza when it's too far. I try not to go out unless it's absolutely necessary. Let me tell you what happened the last time I went out without carefully planning in advance. I went outside. Can't remember what I was doing. Something. Standing? Maybe wondering how I got there. Yeah, and then out of nowhere, it happened. Like a flash of lightning splitting the sky, like how you split a sandwich into 2 equal pieces to make it more manageable to hold and eat. A bird crapped on my head. That's happened to me too. A bird has shat on my head and it was sore. Like it wasn't just like a plop. It was like a, you know, at the distance. The poo falling from a distance creates considerable impact upon connecting with the cranium area. Yeah. It was a bit shit, so I understand. I understand Kenji right now. For the first and probably last time ever. Well, I understand the pizza thing too, actually. Yeah, Do you know what? That was the second most shocking moment of my life. What was the first? I don't think we should ask. He ignores me and keeps going. I want to grab him and shake him. Is he just trying to keep momentum? I'll go with that, even if it's more likely he just didn't hear me. It was like in the opening to some kind of anime, you know? Where there's always a part where the main dude is fighting his rival, and they like fly at each other and clash swords, and there's like big dramatic coloured auras and shit. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It was like that, but with poo. Kenji is my man right now. I love him. Okay. So yeah, I need some money. Please, don't keep me hanging, man. I only need like 1,000 yen. I thought it was 400. Okay. What? I'll pay you back. I swear. You better. That's what it means to borrow. Oh, actually, I don't know when I'll be able to pay back. You have 1 week. Kenji winces and makes a noise like a dying cow, a particularly disturbing fact given that his baton is conducting freely. That is a fantastic euphemism. His baton is conducting freely. I mean, that is better than conducting rigidly, right? I feel like rigid conducting would be very awkward. This is very awkward. You're not supposed to be so tight-assed about money between brothers in arms, man. Men have it bad enough as it is. Did you know that male porn stars only make about half of what female porn stars make? That doesn't mean anything to me unless you're a porn star. So, maybe I am a porn star. On the side, you know, struggling to make ends meet as I fight the feminist agenda. And you can't even spot me your crumbs, you bastard. Nobody understands. Nobody. I do. I understand you. Wouldn't feminists be against pornography in the first place? Could be gay pornography. Don't be so bloody sexist. This feminist agenda stuff again? This stuff is important. I can see that you don't give a shit. But this is serious here. Feminists are a dangerous enemy. Make no mistake. You take them lightly and you'll wake up in the morning with a knife in your back. BAM! Out of nowhere. How do you wake up in the morning if someone stabbed you in your sleep? Very, very astute observation there, Hisayo. Women are terrible at stabbing things. Metaphorically, we're fucking awesome at stabbing things in the back. I thought you just said don't take them lightly. Well, I mean, don't take them lightly for the big things. Individually, they're not a threat. But if there was some kind of war, like a big war, with men on one side, feminist forces on the other, it would be pretty ugly. And that day will come when the feminists come out of their central, top-secret, worldwide feminist headquarters and say, "It's on now, motherfuckers!" You're being ridiculous. There's no big worldwide feminist headquarters building. Where would they even hide that? I mean, it'd have to be massive. You couldn't hide that on Earth. Someone would notice a big fortress with women in it. Not necessarily. It wouldn't have to be that big. It could be underground. It could be in a mountain. Who said it was on Earth? I turn away from Kenji and start practicing frowning faces in the mirror so that I can figure out what kind of frown will best express my emotions. He can't see me from this distance anyway. I think that I'd go with, say what? Huh? It's more incredulous than frown. Which unfortunately means that he just keeps on ranting without regard to sense or sensibility. Yeah, there's a war going on, a war not many know about, but it's a great one that one day will boil over and encompass all of the known world. Then we'll have to pick sides. We'll have to make a stand, in fact. It's happening right now. Imagine it, the bloody battlefield, a vicious conflict without end. I almost gave up when I thought this cause was silly, when I grew tired of the bleakness of our fight, when I mistook the time, the power went out for feminist raid and thought the end was near. But then I realised that if I gave up, it would all be over, and I was like, whoa! And I knew I had to get serious because I am the last sane man in an insane world. It's about duty, honour, Dumbledore! Must be a pretty crappy movement if it all hinges on one naked guy renting a bathroom at another naked guy. So, can I have the money? He's blocking the way out. It's getting cold, probably because I'm naked, and I want to go to class, so I agree to spot him the money. Awesome! Thanks, dude! Hey, we should go bowling later on. My shout. I'm loaded. Bowling? Yeah, it's the ultimate sport. There are almost no woman bowlers either, making it also the most manliest sport. So, I wear my pink bowling shirt with matching shoes, or the pastel green one with flower accents. So manly. So manly. There are bowling clothes. Maybe. Anyway, you'd better pay me back. I can pay you back in stuff, right? I don't have the time to ask him to elaborate on what that means. I don't know. I have to go to class. You're kind of in my way. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I don't want to hold you up. I have stuff to do myself. The time has come. The time for what? Why are you asking him questions? You want to leave. You're the one perpetuating the conversation. Nothing. No, I just like saying that, actually. Okay, now the time really has come. For what? I have to use the bathroom. So get out. I was going to. What does that mean? It's a big bathroom. So I have to be alone or I can't go. The pressure. Okay, what if someone else comes in? I'll think of something. I give him my practiced frown, and it looks kind of silly in his reflected glasses. He either doesn't notice or he doesn't see. Anyway, I get dressed and run back to my room, feeling as though an eternity has passed since I woke up. Yeah, this has been a long morning. We haven't even been to class yet. This is time I will never get back. I'll get him for this, somehow. But right now, I have to get to class. I'm the first person in class today, although I think I'm a little too early. Then again, sitting alone here for 20 minutes sure beats having to suffer than time with Kenji. What the fuck time did we wake up? If we've already gone for a run and had this massive conversation with Kenji, we must have been up at like 5 o'clock. We're still way too early for class. The combination of fatigue, frustration, and boredom starts making me feel very tired. I black out for a second, waking up when my head hits the surface of my desk. Rubbing my forehead, I realize this is as good time as any to stay up for now and stop coming to class so early later. I don't know what that sentence said, I don't care. Eventually, I hear a tapping noise outside in the hallway, and Lily's tall figure appears in the doorway. She's not in this class, so she must have some other business. Maybe she's looking for Hanako. Lily stops at the door, looking hesitant, as if she were a vampire who can't come in unless invited. I consider doing so because she looks rather lonesome standing there. She steps in on her own accord, though, after straightening her skirt and shirt collar, as if it was of importance to look prim when entering our classroom. Excuse me? She calls into the quiet classroom with a probing, delicate voice. I don't answer her back because I want to see her suffer. I realize the silence might unnerve her because of her blindness, so I break it. Good morning, Lily. Huh? Hiseo? Good morning. I didn't hear you come in. I wonder if she thinks it's suspicious I didn't say anything to her before. It is likely. If I were to tell too big a lie now, she would sink me. Well, I was already here, just sleeping. Oh, well, have you seen Hanako today by any chance? No, she seems to come in only just before the bell rings, or after, or not at all. Do you want me to tell her something for you? No, it's fine. It's strange, but I think we're the only two people in the school right now. I didn't hear anyone else on my way here. I shouldn't have gotten up so early today, I guess. You're chastising yourself for doing something that other people should. Punctuality is a good thing. I think so anyway. It's a very busy morning today. The festival's coming up and soon is the deadline for event registration, budget reports, and the other official paperwork. It could be that everyone is trying to complete the necessary forms at the last minute. That's why it's so quiet today. Hi! Yeah. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, my darling. Now look what happened. Speak of the devil and she shall appear. Have we actually figured out what's wrong with Misha? I actually don't know. Maybe she's got like hyperactivity. what's that called? ADHD? Or I actually did have a thought that maybe she doesn't exist. But then other characters have interacted directly to her. But I was thinking maybe she was a figment of Shizune's like imagination, and she's actually got like some sort of what's the thing that you can speak to people who don't exist? Schizophrenia. And so yeah, but that's not true. I think she's real. But she's got some sort of hyperactivity disorder maybe. Misha pops into the room with Shizune as if on cue, shouting with a loudness that makes Lily visibly flinch. Hi, Hee-chan! Hi. Look, it's the class representative! Hello! Lily smiles, probably amused by Misha or Shizune's use of the word look. Good morning. Of course, you're not the representative of this class, right? Right? No, I'm not. Lily seems a little more guarded in her answers to Shizune than she was with me the other day. I guess they really don't get along at all. Then I realize that Lily might actually not know Shizune is present, as she's trying to detect whether or not she is, to know who she's talking to. True that. For all she knows, she's talking to Misha, but knowing that she and Shizune are practically inseparable, she might expect Shizune being the one that's actually talking. Damn, how complicated. I decide to help Lily out. Good job, good boy, good lad. For my own peace of mind more than anything else, not to actually just help Lily out because, you know, they've got issues. You're here early, Shizune. You were here even earlier than us. Misha puffs out her cheeks angrily. Why is she getting angry? Does she feel emotions on Shizune's behalf too? It's not that weird though that Shizune didn't like my little comment. It's true, I was here earlier than them, so me saying something like that could definitely be misinterpreted as anything. As what? As your earlier attendance. That's the only thing it could be misinterpreted as. Or maybe like a little dig, like, aren't you supposed to be the class rep? And I'm the one that's here before you? Maybe. Especially to Shizune, who doesn't have the benefit of hearing tone to gauge intent. Before I can start weighing whether or not I should apologize, for what? Shizune's already moved on. Class rep, it's a good thing you're here. We have to talk. The festival is coming up in 3 days, right? Every other class has already handed in their projected budget reports for their events. Even the first years. Everyone except... you. See the problem? There's still some time to hand it in, isn't there? Today. The deadline is today. You're certainly taking your time, aren't you? If I had it my way, I'd have had all the necessary paperwork days ago, but someone had to say, the deadline, please extend it. That was Misha's attempt to do Lily's accent. Yes, that was me. Planning something on this scale is not a small task, and a week is too small a time frame to expect a whole class to work out such a complex issue completely. Do you want to know what's harder than distributing the funds for one class's event? Handling the same matter for every class in the school and then some. The one who has to do that is me. Except not you. I'm assuming Shizune. Misha puts her hands on her hips and stands up straight. Wow, she's really getting into the role. Lily doesn't look like she's very amused, though. Hey, Shizune, aren't you being a little too hard on her? There's still a whole day left. Please, Haseo, it's all right. Lily seems happy I'm taking her side, but a little conflicted that I might not think she can take care of herself. I don't think she's really reading too far into it, mate. If this is about the budget, then I'm disappointed you think I've forgotten about it. I understand how important it is. Then, can I have it, please? Cough up. Shizune, she might not have it on her this exact second. Yes, it's not here right now. I asked 2 students to take care of it for me. Students, from my class. She emphasizes the last sentence, much to my surprise. She knows about Shizune and Misha's efforts to rope me into the student council. I guess word must have gotten around, so now she's using me as ammo against Shizune. This just gets better and better. I think I missed something there, but Huh! It was your responsibility. A budget report isn't something you should just be delegating away. As a class rep, it's your job to be on top of things. This kind of disregard for proper procedure is really, really terrible. They completed it, being capable of doing so, but the students have been sick recently, so they couldn't come to school and give it back to me. If you want, I'll apologize on their behalf for getting sick. Okay! Whoosh. Oh, Misha, you're special. Although Misha misses Lily's little jab entirely, Shizune doesn't, and she seems torn between being offended by Lily's daring and jumping for joy at the prospect of a challenge. Lily, don't they live here at the school? That's a 5-minute walk away, you know. What could they possibly have that prevents them from taking 5 minutes out of their busy lives to drop off something that will affect the enjoyment of their entire class? Lily opens her mouth to say something, but Shizune closes the gap between them and starts signing furiously, waving her hands around like an orchestra conductor. Not that that would influence Lily at all because she can't see shit. Misha tries her best to convey the same passion, but can't seem to lose her normal, cheerful tone. The result is interesting and somewhat surreal. And what's with that attitude? I said that it's not something you should be delegating away. Are you the class representative or aren't you? Tell me the names of those 2 students. They should have your job if you can't even handle something as simple as this yourself. One form isn't the full extent of what I'm supposed to take care of. Lily's tone is growing slightly impatient, but she's doing a good job of not letting Shizune see how unsettled she's becoming. She's playing her cards close to her chest. Shizune, on the other hand, wraps her fingers cheerfully along the edge of her glasses, knowing Lily can neither hear nor see how excited she is. Of course, you do so much, class rep. It must be so difficult being you. Lily tightens her lips at Misha's words, clearly understanding the intent behind them, even though Misha delivers them without even a hint of the sarcasm which they were meant to have. I feel like I was quite sarcastic-y. Shizune and Lily don't like each other, that much is clear, but this seems a little much. It seems like Lily has had enough and is ready to push back. I want to stand up for Lily. I can't remember if we get to or not, but I'm all for that right now. Ah! This is my favorite. I can see her underwear. They love underwear in this game. I was actually just discussing the budget report before you came by. You must be very talented to have finished all your student council duties so quickly that you can track me down to make sure I don't forget my own. Are you accusing me of slacking off? It seems like you're confusing me with yourself. I don't think so. That'd be a very difficult thing for me to do, comparing myself to you. You're right. The difference between us is like heaven and hell. And it's not hard to guess which one you might represent. Oh, burn, bitches! Lily won that. Faux show. Bitch showdown. Bing, bing, bing. Lilies. The air between them ripples with the heat of their enmity. Well, not really. They can't disguise it anymore, though. Even Misha looks like she's beginning to understand the real nature of this conversation. Oh, that's so cute. Hee-chan, don't you slack off either. What? Me? What are you talking about? Aren't you taking part in the festival, Hee-chan? You are, aren't you? Well then, I hope you're going to do a lot more work to make sure it goes more smoothly than this person. I don't understand why Shizune is suddenly getting mad at me. Don't drag me into this, I've done my part. Hey, come on, cut me and Lily some slack. I choose this one because it's like Lily's part of it. Me and Lily, solidarity. I'm the new guy, remember? It's not like I could have done much, even if I wanted. That's right. You shouldn't expect a transfer student to jump right into this on his first week. Lily taking my side feels oddly comforting, so I decide to back her up too. Yeah, you're being unreasonable with us both. Huh?
Excuses, excuses. Miss Class Rep has had plenty of time to deal with her report. And we are repeatedly offering you a position to help us with the student council work, but you refuse to commit yourself to making the festival a success.
Yeah, but as I said back then, I'm not sure if... I don't have time for this right now. No matter what I do, it will mean being drawn into a confrontation with Shizune, and that's what she wants. Whatever, just forget it. I turn my back at them. Lily, class is going to be starting soon, so we can talk more later. I'll tell Hanako you were looking for her. I can feel Shizune freezing. Maybe this is the first time she's ever been ignored in such a blunt manner.
Thank you, Hiseo. I'll leave now then.
She gives me the sweetest smile I've seen all week and turns on her heels to make her exit. As soon as Lily walks out the door, I suddenly start feeling reluctant about turning to face Shizune. It's like, oh, now I've got to deal with consequences, don't I? I hate consequences. I can feel her eyes burning into my back, and I can't bring myself to look at her. She must be furious. I keep expecting Misha to say something to alleviate the tension, but it really is wanting too much. In the end, I go back to my seat and listen to the sound of Shizune's footsteps as she marches out of the room. She doesn't return until a few minutes before class. Hanako doesn't come to the morning class at all, leaving her seat looking empty and lonely in the back of the classroom. I have to tell her that Lily was looking for her if I see her later. After the events of this morning, class is pretty boring in comparison. I turn the pages of my textbook lazily. I have a bit of catching up to do, despite trying to keep up with my studies at the hospital, but I'm not feeling that enthusiastic about it. The clock at the front of my room sounds unbearably loud. The teacher hasn't said anything in over 7 minutes, instead opting to cover the board in rows and rows of equations taken directly from the book. I hate that. I hate those classes. The rhythmic clashing of chalk on blackboard seems to synchronize perfectly with the ticking of the clock. I start to copy down the equations just to pass the time, even though they are right there in the textbook. When the bell rings, I'm not in a hurry because I have nothing to do, so I stay for a while, reviewing what we covered in class today. I prefer to leave last anyway, so I don't have to deal with the crowding in the hallways. I notice Shizune and Misha have also stayed behind, talking to someone from another class. Shizune's signing so fast that her hands are making noises like swords cutting through the air. Maybe there's pent-up anger in there. I'd say so, if your fingers were going that fast. Does that sound like swords cutting through the air? Misha is trying desperately to keep up, but it's clear she can barely manage to even understand her. I put my head down. Whatever they're discussing, it looks like serious business. Shizune signs to the point where her wrists crackle, and Misha struggles to spit it out in word form. Sometimes she trips over herself like she's dealing with tongue twisters, and then on top of that she has to sign back anything the other girl says. Seems like a rough job. Misha looks tired, like she's about to faint. Luckily for her, their business is soon finished and the girls sit down on their seats again.
Aww, I'm so tired.
She's hanging her head limply on her desk, looking exhausted. I'll use the opportunity to reconcile with Shizune a bit, without getting roped into the student council thing again, though I suspect that door is now closed for me, thank God. Festival preparations must be tough for you. Indeed, the people in the school seem to be taking the festival very seriously. Whenever I see people idling around before and after classes, they're always talking about their plans for it. It's kind of neat to see everyone being so enthusiastic about it. I'm probably the only one who doesn't have something to do. Well, I've got the painting. I'm helping with the painting, and I helped get the supplies. I've done shit. Shizune scoffs at me at first, as if trying to decide whether to ignore or sneer at me, but in the end she starts signing without doing either. Misha perks up, looking at her hands with slightly unfocused eyes. She signs with harsh, heavy, dramatic strokes. Misha translates her signing into speech for me. I get it. I now realize that you don't need to explain that to me again. She does it so well, it's almost like Shizune is actually speaking, transmitting her thoughts directly through Misha. She must have practiced it vigorously.
Well, of course we're in the student council, you know. We're really busy. It's an important duty of ours to ensure the success of the festival with all our strength. We would shame ourselves in front of the past student council generations if the festivals were to fail. That's why there must be no flaws, I think that was encumbrances? No, nothing that might make the festival short of perfect.
Shizune's passionate speech and Misha's reenacting are really oddly fitting of them.
Oh, hello!
Hanako! I look over my shoulder and see Hanako peering timidly into the classroom, most of her body hidden behind the door.
Hey, playing delinquent again?
She's such a bitch, man. Hanako blushes hard at Misha's straightforward jab, even if it was only in jest. Shizune stares at her probingly, causing Hanako to look down and start backing away to the point where only her fingers can be seen wrapped nervously around the edge of the door. Maybe she's just showing her dislike of Hanako by association of her dislike of Lily. It appears so, and Hanako probably knows it as well. What is it, Hanako?
Has Lily been here? Sorry, haven't seen Sato. She came by in the morning though.
So you have seen her. Hanako keeps looking uneasily at Shizune, who stares back at her with her usual studying gaze. What is she trying to do? Of course, Shizune isn't going to look away, and she is intimidating enough as it is, so I can only imagine how terrified Hanako would be. It is a little uncomfortable watching Hanako's reaction to Shizune's normal behavior. This is what happens when two people of two different extremes meet, it seems. Do you know where she is?
If she has any sense in her head, she's in her classroom working on their festival project, but who knows where that woman's loitering at.
You need to find her. She was looking for you this morning, but I guess you've missed each other. She waits a little without answering the simple question, looking awfully like she's not sure if it's proper to answer such a question. Yeah. I can come with you, if it's okay. Hanako nods fractionally, still on her guard, her shoulders stiff like wood. I get the feeling that she might be more comfortable by herself after all, but it's too late to back off now. She has this really troubled expression she seems to wear almost constantly, one that makes me constantly be on guard myself. I wonder why. I kind of understand why she's always seemed so weary, or maybe more like why there could be a person like her. But I still have no idea how I should act around such a person. I feel like you'd be shy too, if you obviously had these major burns on your body. Really good looking if it wasn't for the burns. And then just the way people look at you and pity you and talk down to you, and then you just assume what they're thinking, even if you don't. Yeah, I could see why I like her. I get her. Her character, spot on. Actually, all the characters have been spot on, but she's my fave. It's dinner time soon. Were you planning to eat with Lily? She nods, slightly. So, she must have been trying to get to the cafeteria. Well, there's something of a dinner crowd, so the cafeteria is crowded during lunch. It's just not as bad during dinner time, because it's longer than lunch, but I can understand why Hanako would be discouraged from going in. I pick up my bag and we take our leave. Hanako skips a little to meet my initial pace, so I slow down to match her speed. It doesn't take us long to be walking at a comfortable pace down the hallway. It almost feels like we're going for a stroll together, something that I can't say I've really done with a girl before. Hanako doesn't seem to be thinking the same thing, though. Even though we're walking at the same pace, she never comes within an arm's reach of me. I guess she's still a little uncomfortable around me, given how shy she is. There doesn't seem to be much helping it, at least for now. For now. By the time we arrive at the cafeteria, there's not so much of a crowd there, but Lily is nowhere to be seen. Hanako's head sinks even lower than usual. Have you looked somewhere else already? Just at the library. I was reading. So she does spend the classes she skips at the library. Ah, so not exactly a thorough search then. Well, if I had to guess, she'd be in her own class, like Shizune said, right? Right. With the slightest of nods, Hanako agrees with my reasoning. God, she's being so awkward. It's like I need double-layered silk gloves with padding to even begin interacting with her. Some small talk might help her become a little more used to me. It isn't hard to tell that the silence between us is hovering on the edge of both of our minds. So, you and Lily usually hang out together after class, right? Yep. Yes. I'm not quite sure what I expected from her answer, nor why I even asked the question. That much was obvious, after all. She doesn't seem like the type to cultivate a social circle, either, so I suspect that Lily might well be her only friend. Must be a pain being in different classes, I'm guessing. She gives a sharp, almost reflective nod. Compared to Lily's careful thought about her actions and speech, Hanako hastens to make her answers as prompt and short as possible. Lily comes by the classroom, though, when she's busy. She gives a small smile as she says it, evidently appreciating the fact that Lily goes out of her way to help her. It's really cute, really. There isn't any need to say more, both of us content that the discussions reached an end. Content. As we ascend the stairs back to the lobby, we're met by a group of students heading downstairs like a school of fish moving from one feeding area to another. They seem to be keeping mostly to themselves, but before I can notice her doing so, Hanako has moved around behind me. Hey, are you alright? Just keep going. The students pass us without as much as a second glance, and Hanako takes her position to my side again as we enter the building, her momentary reprieve from her anxiety all but snatched away. Even as we climb towards the third floor, she doesn't seem to relax. It isn't as if I've never known a shy person before, or even shy girls, but Hanako seems to be pretty far beyond what I'd call normal in her fear of other people. If it weren't for Lily acting as a mediator, I doubt Hanako would have even been able to walk beside me like this. She seems to completely shut down in the presence of others. The rest of the walk up to Lily's classroom continues in strange... Fuck me. Sorry, I got a message that I just want to quickly... The rest of the walk up to Lily's classroom continues in strange silence while I rue her inability to socialize at all. After we make our way up the stairs, the noise coming from Lily's classroom is audible from halfway down the hallway. I wasn't expecting such a din at all. Well, I guess we found her. That wasn't hard. Did Hanako come here first? Did Hanako come here first, then come to me for backup? I wonder. That would be so cute if she went up there by herself, heard all the noise, like peeked in, saw too many people, she's like, oh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And then she like goes back to get Hiseo to bring her. Aww, she trusts us. She likes us. That's good. We like her too. Well, if that's true, then at least she's starting to trust me a little. That can only be a good thing. Eventually, the two of us reached the door to class 3-2, with Hanako less than subtly positioning herself behind me. I opened the door. Inside is a hive of activity, seemingly every student in the class talking at once as they work hurriedly on their separate tasks. Going by the paint cans, decorations, and banners being made, it must be for the upcoming school festival. I guess my first priority should be finding Lily. Lily, there. Finding her amongst the din is surprisingly easy, not the least because of her looks. With a couple of students gathered around her as she stands in the front of the class, she seems to be in charge of the preparations, or at least busy organizing them. Carefully negotiating a path through the various students hunched over the floor for a lack of desk space, I raise a hand entirely out of habit as we finally reach Lily. Hey, Lily. Hey. Hey, Lily. She perks her head up as she breaks off talking to a noticeably smaller girl, who must be her classmate trying to listen as best she can. Sorry. Who? Oh, sorry, Hiseo, I have Hanako too. Hi. She's pretty skittish. Considering the number of people around, it isn't too hard to work out why. Lily takes a moment's pause to assess the situation before turning to the other student once again. For the moment, just ask Moria for his advice. Moria for his advice. Kenji's busy with painting one of the banners already. Kenji's in her class. Wow, he must love that, taking orders from a tall, blonde, blue-eyed girl. Nah. A quick nod and she bounces off, fingers carefully sliding along the wall's face for orientation. Wait, Kenji? That's Kenji? I quickly turn about, leaning to the side to peek past Hanako. Sure enough, in the corner of the room, Kenji's hunched over a sheet of cloth as he paints it. His eyes remain only inches from the brush, reminding me of how close he has to be to make out my face when I meet him.
Sorry about that. Our class doesn't have many students with even partial eyesight, so they're in high demand.
Oh, that's right. Class 3-2 was specially for students with poor vision. Preparing for the festival must be pretty arduous for them.
Yeah, actually, yeah. A whole class full of people trying to, like, make signs and banners and stuff without being able to see. That's pretty tricky.
Need a hand? I could give you help if you need some. Maybe Hanako could too. A chance to set her mind on something would do her good, but I doubt she has the courage to ask outright. She nods in affirmation afterwards, so I'm confident I made the right move. Lily gives a noticeable sigh of relief.
Ah, that's good. This might actually get finished before everyone goes off to dinner now. Would you be able to help the person painting the main banner? It's a big task for him to do, but nobody else can help. You mean Kenji?
Kenji? Sure. She seems surprised that I know him. I can't really blame her.
I take it you've met?
Our rooms in the dorm are right next to each other. Hard to miss each other, really.
Well, it's good to see you're getting friends so fast.
Yeah. We get naked together, too. You're welcome to join us at some time. But friend, I wonder if that's the right word to use for him. Hanako's silence during the proceedings reminds me of the reason I put her up to helping in the first place. We'll go help him then. He knows what needs doing, right?
That's right. Just ask if you have any problems.
Chorusing an assent, Hanako and I begin another trek across the classroom. Kenji sits crouched on the floor, his gaze fixed on the whole calico in front of him. The white calico, I mean. Hey, Kenji? No answer. He continues dragging his paint-soaked brush along the large, half-painted kanji he's been sketched in pencil. Whatever. Kenji? Huh? What? Who is it? If this is the way he treats class members, it's no small wonder he's working on his own. It's me, Haseyo. Right, I know that, man. What are you doing here, though? His dismissive attitude annoys me. He must be the type to really get focused on his work, hating to be disturbed by anyone until he's done, I suppose.
Or he's got poor eyesight and got surprised by you being there.
While we talk, the sound of Hanako's footsteps as she walks out from behind me reminds me that she's still there. I was just gonna help with the banner. Hanako and I, that is.
Hello.
Oh, hey. Yeah. I guess that's okay. Yeah. As soon as Hanako enters the equation, his demeanor takes a complete about-face. His sudden faux hospitality is slightly unsettling. Oh, right. Women. On second thoughts, this may not have been a great idea after all.
Yeah, he's gonna be nasty to her, and she's this shy, delicate little petal.
Hanako and I grudgingly set ourselves down on the opposite side of the cloth banner to Kenji, noticing the several small paint tins on the ground around it. Class 3-2. Noodle stall? You guys selling noodles at the festival on Sunday? No, just making the banner for the fuck of it. We're actually selling, like, kisses. It's a kissing booth. We just thought we'd call it a noodle stand. But yeah, just kidding. Some stalls outside or something. Or something. His non-committal nature sparks a fair amount of suspicion on my behalf. The task at hand comes first, though. So, how do you want to split this? We do borders while you do the text, or do you want to switch? You do the borders. Text is mine. You do borders. He has surprisingly strong feelings on the topic. Well, that's what he's been working on. Wouldn't you want to finish the thing you've been working on? As I reach over to grab a brush, I notice Hanako's already debating between colors to use. By the time I've put brush to cloth, she's already started on a delicate pattern. Looks like my idea of taking her mind off everyone around her worked. With a dark blue stroke, the three of us silently get to work. Not before Kenji takes advantage of Hanako's working to lean towards me and whisper conspiratorially, though. Okay, man. Why you here? Hanako just wanted some help to find Lily, that's all. He apparently disapproves of my motivations. I get it.
Looks like I misjudged you.
You're infiltrating them, aren't you? Going deep undercover. I should have guessed. Letting the truth slip by him would probably be better than outright lying or annoying him in any case. Is that why you're here? Obviously, it sucks, but there's no better way to get intel than going in yourself. We gotta stick together, man. This is a harsh school, harsh world. Yes, very harsh, like your friends don't even offer to share pizza with you, even though you fucking paid for it. He misses my true meaning as he leans back, satisfied I'm sympathetic to his cause. I'd better get to work. Finished. Looks like I am too. Good job. The two of us connect up the lines of our patterns, mine being as close as a copy as I could manage to hers. With a grunt, I lever myself up from the floor and look around. Ugh. Aside from Hanako and myself, there's only Kenji left finishing off a sign, as well as Lily and a couple of students talking among themselves in the classroom. I thought Lily had gone as well. I was like, rude. We came to help her and she just gaps it and leaves us to finish. Looking at my watch, it's no surprise. It's pretty late. Need a hand? I offer a hand to Hanako, which she uses to get herself up. That's so cute. I love her. As she does, I can't help but glance at her wrist. If her scars extend even to there, just how much of her body was burned. I feel a pang of guilt about it, however, as she quickly covers her wrist with her other hand. Don't stare. Looks good, doesn't it? Oh, I thought he meant her hand as well. I was like, you don't say that. She looked surprised for a moment before noticing that I meant the banner. It does, I guess, yeah. Her smile shows that she feels a slight sense of pride in the result, just as I do. With the floors significantly neater for the decorations being placed on desks and shelves, it's much easier to get to Lily as we cross the room. We've finished the banner, I guess that's all that needs to be done. Lily gives an appreciative nod. Thank you, Hiseo, Hanako. If there's any way I can thank you... It's fine. Beat sitting in my room studying at any rate. I don't mind either. She nods before suddenly remembering one last person. Oh, is Kenji still here? Just as I open my mouth, Kenji gives the answer from the other side of the room. Yeah! Just finished! Oh, I can go backwards! I didn't know that! Hey! Cool. He carefully slides his sign onto an empty section of shelf to dry before quickly walking past us and out the door. See you, man! Bye. The remaining two students say their goodbyes to Lily before taking their cue to leave as well, leaving only the three of us. Well, I guess that's everyone. I hope we don't have to do anything like that again. Working past school time? Indeed. The class's plans this year were ambitious. Maybe too ambitious. The stalls look nice, though. She's right. It shows that a lot of work's gone into them. My. I'm sure a lot of us would like to hear that. At least now there's not much work to do until the festival itself. It's getting pretty late. Should we go? That's probably a good idea. Are you going back to the dorms as well, Hiseo? Yeah, I guess I'll tag along. Oh, I didn't mean with us. I just meant in general. Fucking creep. The nighttime lighting really makes the gardens look quite different. Compared to the usual lush greenery, things are much more calm. Being that it's so late, the lack of students around probably helps. The odd one or two can be seen scurrying to and from the dorms, making out and stuff, trying to eke the most out of their approaching curfews, but no more. All that can be heard is our footsteps, in addition to Lily's cane regularly gently tapping the ground in front of her. It's nice to finally be able to relax a bit after the mad rush during school. Without even noticing it, I let out a small yawn. Tired? Yeah, still getting used to the flow of things, I guess. The, thing with Shizune took me kind of off guard, though. I grit my teeth a little at the candid mention of their rather public spat. That said, I do want to sort out what in the world was behind it. About that. I'm sorry about it being so public. Shizune and I go back some ways. Her voice seems slightly irritated as she remembers Shizune, obviously unwilling to discuss it any further. I glance to Hanako for her views on this, but her expression is unsurprisingly evasive and difficult to read. Either way, I guess her apologizing for it is something, even if my curiosity goes unanswered. I'll be glad once the festival is over in any case. The change of topic's welcome, clearing the thickening air quickly. I can imagine. My old school festival's a lot more low-key than this.
Yamako stresses the idea of a school community, so the staff likes to make our festivals and such special occasions.
And yet the students are the ones who do the work. What an unfair world. Hanako and Lily both chuckle in agreement, savoring the fact that none of the staff are around to hear our grumbling.
I suppose coming from a strict all-girls school helped me a bit with Yamako. Compared to there, Yamako is a bit more relaxed, actually.
That'd go away towards explaining her well-bred speech and behavior in any case. As we come to the dormitories, it eventually comes time to leave for our respective rooms. Well, see you later, Lily, Hanako. The two both give a polite nod before setting off to the women's dorms just next to the guys. As to be expected of such an arrangement, there is a staff member casually patrolling around outside to prevent any nighttime shenanigans. Hopefully we'll be getting into a lot of nighttime shenanigans very shortly. Walking past him, I quickly stretch my arms and rub my neck, both quite sore after having worked on the floor for so long, before walking to my room. It feels good to actually have direction, though. After so long in the hospital, the everyday facts of studying, homework, and teachers seems almost a blessing. I guess if things continue like this, my time at Yamako might turn out okay. I'm feeling tired, so I set my alarm clock to wake me up as late as I can afford, while still making it to the first class. So I guess we're giving up on the run every day thing. The nurse's voice is almost nagging in the back of my head about morning jogs. I make a resolution to make up for it by going for a walk after school tomorrow. Emmy won't care either way, I bet. Bet she will. Is that the end? That's the end! Woohoo! If you enjoyed this episode of Katawa Shoujo, please give us a cheeky like, maybe subscribe or a comment, all that good stuff. And I shall see you next time for more Katawa Shoujo. Oh, my neck just clicked.